What is the soul? Why is it so important? Is the concept of a soul reasonable? Is it something we can defend? All of these questions I want to help you understand, but before we go any further, I want to clarify that what I will be presenting is not any of my own work or arguments. What I'll be doing is using JP Morelands' book on the soul and take the underlying truths and arguments presented in the book and presenting them to you, the audience, so we can learn how to think through and defend the soul. And if you want to check out JP Morelands' book on the soul, the link is in the description. So what's so important about the soul and consciousness? Throughout history, the vast majority of people, including educated and uneducated people alike, believe the soul is an immaterial thing different from the brain and body. This seems to be the common sense view, which is irrelevant from validity, but I think it's good to note that this is the common sense view. Neuroscientist Dwaygon Kim agrees with this when he says, quote, "We commonly think that we, as persons, have a mental and bodily dimension. Something like this dualism of personhood, I believe, is common lore share across most cultures and religious traditions." The Christian Church has held the belief in a soul since the beginning of its foundings. For centuries, Christian thinkers have defended the idea of the soul, but in today's age, it is widely believed that science has rendered this biblical view as obsolete and irrational. But in reality, a case can be offered for the view that consciousness and the soul are immaterial, that is, not physical, realities. But why is it even worth spending our time presenting a case for the soul? Well, here are a few reasons why I think this topic is worth our attention. The Bible teaches that consciousness and the soul are immaterial, and we as Christians need to regard this as genuine knowledge and not as just blind faith commitments that we only hope or wish are true. It is important for Christians to understand central teachings in the Bible as a source of knowledge and not truths to be accepted just simply by blind faith. And the reason is, it is on the basis of knowledge and not sincerity that people are given the right to act or accomplish tasks. We give people the right to fix our cars, pull our teeth, because we trust those people to possess the relevant body of knowledge. Knowledge also gives us confidence and courage to lead and act. Because of this, it is crucial we promote the central teachings of Christianity and the nature of consciousness and the soul as a body of knowledge and not merely a set of faith to be accepted on mere belief. To not do this is to risk being marginalized and disregarded as those promoting a private feeling and that don't meet the criteria of knowledge. Unfortunately, the contemporary church has taken the central teachings of Christianity to be on the same level as astrology or flat earth society. If we revise the traditional teachings of Scripture in light of the supposed demands of science, then what we are saying is that science gives us the confidence of knowledge and reality, and not Scripture. And in a future video, I will present a case for the biblical teaching of the soul, but before we go any further, I think it's helpful if we define what we mean when we talk about knowledge. Knowledge is to represent reality in thought or experience the way it really is on the basis of adequate grounds. One thing to know is that knowledge has nothing to do with certainty. One can know something without being certain about it in the presence of doubt and or with the admission that one might be wrong. Now, there are many other reasons why we should take the time to think these things through. As far as ethical reasons, it affects your view of life after death, but for time's sake, I won't get into all of those. But for the reason I gave, it is important for us as Christians to recapture the confidence that in Christianity, we are presented with genuine knowledge about the nature of the soul and its existence. It is also important for us to regain knowledge on how to make a case for the soul, both with the Bible and without the Bible. In the past, the Bible was held to be a source of authority in our culture, but it no longer is today. If we want to make a persuasive case for Christianity, we must learn to use reason and evidence to defend biblical doctrine. In the videos to follow, we will make a reasonable case for the immaterial soul and consciousness. Before this video, I just wanted to give an introduction about why we should even take the time or why it's even worth your time to watch the following videos in the series. And of course, this is all to give you a more confident faith.